Well, Brad, massive night ahead. Bit of a breakout fight for you, really. You get beyond Tyler Denny, you get the first major belt of your career. That's going to be huge. It's a good time of year to be doing this as well, just shy of Christmas. But what's your feelings going into this one now? How are you? Again, everyone always going to ask you about weight and this, that, and the other. So how are you fixed?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Things couldn't have gone any better, really. Camp's gone perfect, and my weight's good, and the hard work's done now. I know I've got a tough fight ahead of me. It's a tough test. Tyler Denny is a good, seasoned fighter. Been in there at a good level. Beat good fighters. English champion, and no doubt it's my toughest fight to date. But it's a fight that I'm confident I'm going to come through. And like you say, when I get the win on Saturday night, that'll cement me now in the kind of domestic middleweight division as someone who's means business. And I think my last few fights, I've kind of just been short of that stage. But a win on Saturday, it means I'm ready to get in the mix.
I think the last time we had you on the show was when you were on the undercard of the car. We were in the Trafford Centre, weren't we? And at that point, you weren't in too much of a hurry. You were quite rightly thinking about titles down the line and everything else. So this would come a little bit quicker than you expected, maybe. Is that the way you're thinking?
In a way, I'm still only young. I'm still 24, but me and Blaine have always said kind of when I feel ready, I'm ready to take that step up and to go for titles. And it doesn't matter when it is, it doesn't matter who's got the title. I feel like I'm good enough now to fight for the English title, so it doesn't matter, I'm ready. And if you're good enough, you're old enough, and on Saturday night I'm going to find out if I'm good enough.
I know you've been boxing all your life anyway, and coaching all your life as well, which I think is really interesting because it gives you a different eye, doesn't it, when you're training yourself. I always think it's brilliant for a boxer to coach as well. Something you've always done, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It just makes you kind of look at things from a different point of view, a different perspective. And Blaine always says that I find it a lot easier, explaining stuff to me because I've got that kind of side of it. For any young boxers, amateur or whatever, who are maybe interested in getting the coaching badges or just giving out the coaches a lift in the corner or junior classes or whatever, honestly couldn't recommend it enough. Not just for the coaching side of it, but to also enhance, you as a boxer.
So Tyler Denny, we've seen him beat Derek Asase. That was a bit of a shock, but he's shown what he can do. I know you would have looked at him, you know all about him, but what are you expecting on Saturday night from him?
Yeah, I'm expecting a tough fight. I'm expecting, he comes to win every fight. He's not scared. He'll get in there with anyone. I think his last 4 opponents have all been undefeated. He's done the 10 rounds, multiple occasions. I've never been there before, never gone past the 8. So it's something new for me. But, I've put the work in the gym. I know this is a tough fight, so I've put the work in the gym. And I'm confident that, the work that we've done in the gym, he's going to come good on Saturday.
So is it British title then next year? That's in the sights now?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see one step at a time. But that's been the British title has been my goal since, I was going to say since turning professional then, but since I was a little kid. For me, that belt is the one. It's the most prestigious title out there, and that's always been my goal since turning pro. Is top of the list, and whether it comes at some point next year, whether it takes a little bit longer, we'll see how we're progressing and how our fights go in between. But like I say, when on Saturday night, it gets me in that mix, and the division is stacked domestically. So many good lads, so many good fights to be made, and I feel like I'm at that stage now. I feel like I'm ready for these fights, and plan on showing that on Saturday.
Plenty of experience to kind of lean on in here as well. Obviously, the Hitman himself, who's got his exhibition at the weekend, and Blaine's a top coach as well, knows exactly what's going on, doesn't he? And have you learnt so much about this kind of fight week from Blaine, from Ricky?
Yeah, definitely. It's good because obviously Rick's been there, done it. Blaine obviously assisted Rick in camps, big title fights and stuff like that. So, I feel like whereas if it was just me and Blaine out on our own, and you're in uncharted territory, I'd still be confident we'd get the job done. But, I know that they've been there and done it. And just little things like Rick, the other day me and Rick were speaking about when he boxed for his first title, and I think he boxed for a central area title somewhere. And, he was just saying, you think, you might freeze, it's your biggest fight today, you're on TV and stuff. And he said, but the type of fighters like I was and the type of fighter you are, you'll just rise to the occasion. When you hear it for him, you think, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do that, it's going to be me.
Yeah, it's interesting because looking at the fight posters around this gym as well, looking at some of the names on the undercards of Ricky's fights, some of the big Manchester names, you know, that are now gone. You know, obviously after Ricky came world champions like Quigg and Crolla. Again, they've gone now. I mean, Zelfa did really well in his world title fight the other night. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen for him. Does Manchester need a big star at the minute? And is that the way you're thinking, that you can step into those shoes?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, that's always been a goal of mine to... These are the fighters I grew up watching, you know, Ricky, Quigg, Crolla, going to the arena, watching them pack it out, and, you know, that's always been a goal of mine to kind of get that support and get that backing from the city that it's given to so many before of them. You know, so for me, I think if I can, like I say, there's some top fighters in Manchester at the moment, some top fighters, but there's not that one person who's fighting at the arena consistently, and, you know, we're selling the place out, being in fun, entertaining fights there, and, you know, I've said it before, but I don't see why it can't be me. Don't see why that can't be me. You know, I'm working hard, I'm putting in the work, and, you know, on fight night, I'm putting on a show. You know, no matter what, I'm being in fun, entertaining fights, and that's what people want to see. So, you know, we'll see how we go.
And you're doing tickets already, I know that, but obviously you're a City fan from Stretford. We won't go there, but you've got lots of support from City fans, and I know with your Scottish connections as well. Bit of a Rangers man.
I am.
You've got a few coming down probably from north of the border as well, have you?
Yeah, we've got them coming from all over. Don't worry. But yeah, you know, I've got a great following now. People are really getting behind me, and, you know, it's great to see. Like I say, a lot of blues, but majority of my mates are all reds anyway, so I think they just kind of ignore that side of it. But
listen, he had plenty of Reds supporting him, didn't he, Ricky?
Yeah,
it never made any difference.
You've seen it before, you know. All the United fans used to come out for Rick. The City fans used to come out for Crolla, and at the end of the day, you know, when those Mancs get together, you know, we're a real force. So hopefully on Saturday night we'll be making some noise.
And finally, because obviously you're a middleweight, but you're a big lad, is the weight still no issue for you?
I'm still doing the weight comfortable. You know, I know I'm big at the weight, and I know that eventually one day, I think the time will come where, you know, I've got to step up, I've got to move up the older I get. Got a great team at the moment who you know, help me make the weight comfortably and safely, and where I can perform at the best of my ability. Obviously me and Blaine have got my nutritionist, Pete Bell, as well, who, you know, I don't think without him now, I'd be doing the weight, but, you know, now I seem to be doing it easier than ever. So yeah, you know, I've got time left at middleweight. I've got titles in me at middleweight, and, you know, then in a couple of years we'll see where we go from there.
You're obviously doing it well. On the eve of the big fight, you're still smiling. There's no crankiness, so something's going on.
I'm always smiling. Good lad.
Cheers, Brad.